In the world of boxing, there are fighters who earn respect, and then there are those who inspire awe. Few names in modern boxing command that sense of reverence quite like Naoya Inoue, a man who has rewritten the limits of precision, power, and poise. Known as the Monster, Inoue's story is not merely about knockouts and titles. It's about a fighter whose artistry inside the ring fuses speed, intelligence, and devastating strength into something almost poetic. The rise of Naoya Inoue began at a pace so rapid it left the boxing world stunned. In just his sixth professional fight, the young Japanese prodigy, only 21 years old at the time, faced the seasoned WBC light flyweight champion Adrian Hernandez of Mexico. Hernandez was no ordinary opponent. He was a reigning champion with 4 successful title defenses and a reputation for toughness. But on that night, the young Inoue delivered a performance that would introduce Japanese slickness to the global stage. From the opening bell, Inoue demonstrated a fearlessness that belied his youth. He attacked with sharp, calculated punches, particularly his signature right hand that seemed to explode with both timing and accuracy. Each shot carried intention. Hernandez tried to assert himself, charging forward with pride and aggression typical of Mexican champions, but nothing he threw could dissuade the young monster. Inoue countered, pivoted, and punished with ruthless precision. By the 6th round, the tide was irreversible. Inoue unleashed a thunderous right hand that sent Hernandez crashing to the canvas. The blow was so clean, so emphatic, that even the crowd paused before erupting in disbelief. That night, Naoya Inoue didn't just win a world title. He announced the beginning of a reign of dominance. For the first time, his name entered the pound-for-pound rankings, debuting at number 9. Boxing had a new sensation, and the world had met its monster. After conquering the light flyweight division, Inoue's ambition refused to rest. He climbed the weight ladder with relentless focus, capturing the WBO title and beginning a streak of defenses that showcased both his technical refinement and his destructive power. Then came a defining challenge, a showdown with the indestructible Kohei Kono. Kono, a grizzled veteran of over 40 fights, was the division's boogeyman, a fighter known for his granite chin and indomitable will. In 16 years, no one had ever managed to stop him. But Inoue was not like anyone Kono had faced before. Their clash, staged at Tokyo's Ariake Stadium, was destined to become one of the most memorable performances of Inoue's early career. From the start, Kono charged forward, determined to test the young champion's resolve. But whatever he threw, Inoue absorbed with an almost eerie calmness. The monster responded with clean, surgical counters, right hooks, uppercuts, and left hands that sliced through Kono's guard. By the 3rd round, Inoue seemed to be toying with his opponent, measuring him and learning his rhythms. Then, as if flicking a switch, Inoue began to dismantle Kono piece by piece. His combinations flowed like choreography: jab, hook, body shot, uppercut, each punch landing with mechanical precision and venomous intent. Still, Kono refused to quit. Even when staggered, even when his balance betrayed him, he kept coming forward, embodying the pride of a veteran who would rather fall than fold. The battle reached its climax in the 6th round. As Kono once again attempted to bully Inoue into the ropes, the monster unleashed a blistering left hook that detonated on Kono's chin, sending him sprawling. The crowd gasped as the referee counted, yet Kono somehow rose to his feet. But the fight was already over in spirit. Moments later, Inoue doubled up with another left hook, followed by a crushing right hand, ending the contest decisively. It was a knockout that symbolized Inoue's transformation from rising star to dominant champion. Afterward, displaying the humility that defines him, Inoue walked over to check on his fallen opponent, a gesture of respect that contrasted sharply with the violence he had just unleashed. The monster had destroyed yet another rival, but he did so with honor. As his legend grew, so did his stage. By 2018, Inoue had entered the prestigious World Boxing Super Series, a tournament designed to pit the world's best bantamweights against each other. In the quarterfinals, he faced Juan Carlos Payano, a respected Dominican fighter ranked among the division's elite. Many analysts viewed Payano as a potential finalist, a crafty veteran capable of frustrating even the most powerful punchers. But what followed was one of the most shocking and efficient displays of power in modern boxing. From the opening bell, Payano tried to set the tone, jabbing forward and pressing the action. Yet Inoue's timing was almost supernatural. Within moments, he measured the distance, found his opening, and unleashed a lightning-fast 1-2 combination that detonated squarely on Payano's chin. The Dominican collapsed instantly, his body frozen before he hit the floor. The entire arena sat in stunned silence before erupting. The fight was over in just 70 seconds. That knockout, later voted Ring Magazine's Knockout of the Year, was a statement to the world. Naoya Inoue was not simply a hard puncher, he was an artist of destruction. His precision, reflexes, and understanding of distance elevated his power into something almost scientific. Each blow seemed calculated not just to hurt, but to end the fight in the cleanest, most definitive way possible. From there, Inoue's legend only deepened. By 2023, he had conquered the Bantamweight division entirely, unifying the belts and leaving no question about his supremacy. Yet greatness never rests. Inoue moved up once again, this time to the Super Bantamweight division, setting his sights on the undefeated unified world champion from Philadelphia, Stephen "Cool Boy" Fulton. This was the fight the world had waited for. East versus West, power versus finesse, the monster versus the master technician. Fulton, known for his slick defense and ring IQ, had dominated his division through skill and adaptability. Many wondered whether Inoue's power would translate to a higher weight class. The answer came quickly and brutally. The atmosphere at Tokyo's Ariake Arena was electric. From the opening bell, Fulton tried to impose his rhythm, jabbing, moving, and refusing to yield ground. But Inoue's pressure was unlike anything he had faced. His footwork cut off the ring effortlessly, forcing Fulton into uncomfortable angles. Every jab from Inoue carried menace, every feint drew a reaction. As the rounds progressed, the American champion began to unravel. Inoue's combinations were dazzling: short hooks, rapid-fire uppercuts, and laser-straight right hands that seemed to pierce through Fulton's guard. The monster was not just fighting, he was performing, converting the rhythm of the crowd into the cadence of his strikes. In the sixth round, the inevitable happened. Inoue feinted left, then torqued his entire body into a devastating right hand that rocked Fulton to his core. The champion staggered backward, his legs betraying him. Inoue chased, unleashed a flurry, and dropped Fulton for the first time in his career. The crowd erupted as Fulton tried to rise, only for Inoue to swarm him again with ruthless precision. The referee had no choice but to step in. Inoue had once again risen to the occasion, dismantling an elite world champion and becoming a 4-division world title holder. It wasn't just the power that impressed the world, it was the intelligence behind it. Fulton himself admitted later that Inoue's ring IQ was unlike anything he had encountered. "He's smart," Fulton said in his post-fight interview. "People talk about his power, but his mind, that's what makes him special." That victory cemented Naoya Inoue as one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of his generation. Yet, his most emotionally charged battle was still to come, a fight not just for glory, but for honor. On May 6, 2024, under the dazzling lights of the Tokyo Dome, Inoue faced the controversial Mexican fighter Luis Nery. For many Japanese fans, this bout carried deep national pride. Nery had once been banned from fighting in Japan after testing positive for banned substances and missing weight in a title fight, an act viewed as a grave insult to Japanese boxing integrity. Now, the stage was set for redemption. The arena was a sea of red and white, filled with tens of thousands of fans waving flags and chanting for their hero. The atmosphere was electric, tense with anticipation. For Inoue, this wasn't just another title defense, it was personal. The fight began at a blistering pace. Inoue came out aggressive, throwing crisp right hands and testing Nery's defense early. But Nery, cocky and fearless, fired back. Then came a shocking moment. A perfectly timed left hook from Nery caught Inoue flush on the chin, sending the monster to the canvas for the first time in his career. The crowd gasped. The Tokyo Dome fell into stunned silence. For a moment, Japan held its breath. But Inoue rose, his expression calm, almost serene. There was no panic in his eyes, only resolve. What followed would define him not just as a knockout artist, but as a champion of heart. In the very next round, Inoue came out like a storm unleashed. His punches were sharper, faster, and more vicious. He cornered Nery, unleashed a short left hook, and sent him crashing to the floor. The monster had returned. By the third round, Inoue had fully regained control. His combinations were fluid, his defense impenetrable. Nery tried to counter, but each attempt was met with a violent rebuttal. Inoue's timing was otherworldly. Every punch thrown seemed destined to land. In the fifth round, the end came. With Nery trapped against the ropes, Inoue dissected him with precision, landing short, surgical hooks that once again dropped the Mexican fighter. The crowd roared, sensing the finish. Moments later, a blistering uppercut followed by a straight right hand ended the fight decisively. Nery crumpled, and the referee waved it off. The Tokyo Dome erupted in triumph. Japan had its revenge. After the fight, Inoue, ever the humble warrior, admitted that Nery's past actions, the cheating, the arrogance, had fueled his determination. "I wanted to show him," he said, "what clean, disciplined boxing truly looks like." It was a victory that transcended sport, a symbolic reclaiming of honor for Japanese boxing. By the end of that night, Inoue stood as an undisputed champion across multiple weight divisions, undefeated, and universally recognized as one of the greatest fighters of his generation. Yet what makes Naoya Inoue so compelling is not just his power, nor his perfect record. It is his blend of humility and ferocity, the quiet demeanor outside the ring and the ruthless efficiency within it. Inoue's style is a paradox, graceful yet destructive, calm yet explosive. His punches are delivered with the precision of an engineer and the ferocity of a predator. His balance, timing, and rhythm create an almost musical quality to his fights, as if each bout were a performance choreographed by instinct and intellect alike. Through every division, every opponent, and every test, Naoya Inoue has demonstrated that fighting is not just about strength, it is about art. The way he moves, the way he anticipates, the way he dissects his opponents, it all speaks to a fighter who views boxing as a form of expression, not just competition. From the young prodigy who stunned the world in his sixth professional fight to the national hero avenging his country's pride at the Tokyo Dome, Inoue's journey embodies the evolution of a true artist of violence. He has become the standard against which future generations of fighters will be measured. As the cameras fade and the applause subsides, the image of the monster remains, gloves raised, eyes focused, calm amid chaos. His fists have written stories across 4 divisions, and yet his demeanor suggests the tale is far from over. For Naoya Inoue, each fight is another brushstroke in the masterpiece he continues to paint. And so, as the lights dim and the crowd disperses, one truth stands unshaken. Naoya Inoue is not just a champion. He is the embodiment of boxing as art, precision, discipline, and devastation, all contained within one man. Which of his knockouts was the greatest? Some may argue it was the 1-minute demolition of Payano. Others might point to the dismantling of Fulton or the redemption against Nery. But perhaps the answer lies not in any single punch, but in the totality of his craft, the way he transforms violence into beauty, making every moment in the ring a testament to perfection in motion. Naoya Inoue, the monster, the artist of destruction, the man who reminds the world that, in boxing, true greatness is not only measured by how hard you can hit, but by how beautifully you can do it.